Hey guys, RC here. Well, we're almost to the end of January, and with a lot of changes coming up, I thought it was a good time to do another channel update and kind of bring some things into focus for my channel and for those of you that watch it. I will try to keep this very short. Basically, I want to cover three topics in this one. The first section will be a channel update. We'll review some analytics, and then I want to kind of go over a updated calendar projection moving forward. And I think when we get to that part, that'll make a little sense on why I want to cover it. So let's get into it. First off, I'm just going to pull up the YouTube analytics screen, but naturally I put out a video, a very short video, a couple of weeks ago when the update for YouTube came out that they were doing away with the low-end partners like myself. In a way, I've already ranted about that a little bit. If you look, I've got 724 videos. None of them have ever been banned. None of them have ever been called out. So to not grandfather in channels like mine that are established, even though I don't have a ton of viewers, I have a lot of content that they could base a decision on to see if I'm a, quality partner for them or not, rather than saying we're just going to axe everybody below 1,000 subscribers. That's throwing out the baby with the bathwater, to use an old analogy. But that is what it is, and we all have to deal with that moving forward. My concern is a lot of smaller content creators will maybe fall by the wayside and not do it anymore. So first off, I'm not going anywhere. If you read my about page on my channel, it basically says, hey, I play these games anyway. And I figured, hey, why not record them and share them, and maybe somebody will enjoy watching them. And if some of you do, and I appreciate that. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue putting the videos out. Hopefully over time I get to that 1,000 subscriber mark and can start making a little money from it. But at the end of the day, who cares? It is what it is. If you saw my original video, YouTube pays in $100 increments, and I'm at about $80 or $85 right now. So I'm probably not even going to get to the $100 mark before they cut me off next month, which is fine. And I think they said they'll still send me my check for $92. My goal was, hey, I'll get that check and I can treat the wife to a nice steak dinner or something. It was just kind of a glorified bonus check, so to speak, not really any major earnings, because keep in mind, that's earnings that I've accrued in 15 months now of running my channel. So it's never been about making money and doing this for a living. That's why I don't have a Patreon account. That's why I don't stream and don't have, donation things that you guys can click on and sell merchandise and because I'm not in this to make a living. I have a job to do that. This was just for fun because I play games. And to me, once I start playing games strictly for money, then the games aren't going to be fun anymore, because it's going to be more about, hey, I only made, $3 on this game. So, screw that. I'm not going to play it anymore. And it might be a game I really like. So, I don't want to fall into that trap. So basically, in a nutshell, I'm not going anywhere. I'll keep putting videos out. I hope you guys keep watching them. So took 4 minutes to say that. Let's move on. I wanted to just show some analytics. This is from the last 30 days. You can, and I'm not going to go into a lot of this, but you can see in the last 30 days, I made $11.63. Fair enough. But that's for a month. So in a year, I'm making, at the current rate that I am earning, I am making, what's that, $120 a year? Big, it only takes me a couple of hours to make that much at my job. So, and you also have to keep in mind, and that's not bragging, it's just that shows how unimportant this earnings is to me in the scheme of things. It's just the principle, basically. But you can keep in mind some of this was during the tail end of Christmas when revenue pay rates were much higher than now. So like you can see back here, we were making 15 cents. Now we're making 13 cents or, whatever. So it has gone down. My overall revenue from Christmas, the peak Christmas time to now is down about 50%. No big deal. 50% of a little bit is a little bit. It's not like I'm one of the guys making, $300-400 a month or whatever they're, or over $1,000 a month or whatever they're making. Anyway, likes have gone up, so thank you very much. A lot of you taking time in the recent videos to click the like button. What that does is that actually helps when somebody does a search, let's say for Football Manager, if, videos with more likes get put to the top of that return list. So someone like Loki Doki that, gets 300, 400, 500 likes, his videos are going to pop up before mine. But, that helps mine kind of maybe make it on the list somewhere as they're scrolling down and they go, oh, hey, here's a new guy or a guy that, I haven't seen before. Let me at least check him out. So that's nice. Everybody has a troll. The funny thing is my dislikes have all come on older content that I did way back at the start of my channel, November, December of 2015, I think. And then, early 2000, no, that would be 2016 because I've been about 15 months now. One thing I would like to get up is my average view. Now, I know time varies for everybody else. Typically when I make time, before bed or whatever, when I'm watching videos, I watch a 20 or 25 minute video. Maybe I'll even watch 2 of them, as I'm winding down. So to see 4 minutes and 55 seconds, 6 minutes, 54 seconds, but an average of 4:52, when I know my average video length is about 25 to 27 minutes, means that you guys just aren't watching the whole thing. So give me some feedback. Do I suck that bad? Do you just not have time? Is it not keeping your attention? I want to try to get better, and I can't get better without you guys giving me some constructive criticism. And constructive criticism is telling me why something's bad, not just going, you suck, I hope you die. And luckily, I haven't had anybody do that. I have seen that on other channels, and I really don't ever want to get big enough to have that happen. Anyway, 14 shares. That's people actually posting a link to one of my videos somewhere else. That's down 68% from last month. So I had, about 30 the last month. I've posted 77 new videos in the last 30 days. That seems excessive, and we'll probably curtail that a little bit. And I am up 26 subscribers. And that's actually up from the holidays. So thank you to the new people that have come on board, and thank you to the old people that have stuck around. It's very weird. My wife was actually looking at this the other day. I think this is my top rated video, minute wise. And I created it August of 2016. It's 33 minutes long. And I think I've had 30,000 views on it, something like that. But anyway, that was interesting to look at. My female count, I actually looked at this the other day and it was like 2.7%. So I've actually picked up a couple more female subscribers. So welcome, ladies. Glad to have you aboard. We're an equal opportunity channel. I call everybody dude or guy. That's just me. You got to remember, I was a kid of the 80s. So, it's that surf vibe of the 80s that rubbed off on me. Sorry. What else? I was checking out where a lot of my viewers come from. So most from the United States. The United Kingdom has gone up a little bit recently. Canada's chipped in a little bit. So thank you to my cousins to the north. And since I started doing my Hammerby save in FM 18, we've had some Swedes come on board. So welcome, welcome. Australia as well. That's cool. I'm infatuated with Australia. The accent is incredible, and I don't care if it's guys or girls talking. The accent is killer. I could listen to that all day. In fact, my on my iPhone, my Siri sound, I have it to an Australian voice, and my GPS I have on an Australian accent. I just think it's incredible, and I love it, and I could listen to that all day. Anyway, and in my football manager, that's one of the countries that I actually aspire to get to, but it's one of those countries that's weird and it's very difficult to get to because it's got that mid-level reputation that it's hard to get to when you're first starting out. And then by the time you actually qualify to move there, you can actually almost get a job in Europe in the low-end championship clubs. And so, it's easy to skip over or miss. So anyway, so I thought that was cool. Sweden and Canada, Sweden and Australia making an appearance on the list. So I'm going global. That's cool. I like that. The other thing, let's go ahead and look back at the last 365 days from today. Now, this is important because of the upcoming changes that take place on February 20th. We have to have 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. So if I do this, let's see, calculator, 291,420 minutes divided by 60 minutes. So that's 4,857 hours of watch time. So I've actually qualified, thanks to you guys, with a relatively small channel, the 4,000 hours. So that's excellent. Now I just need the 1,000 subscribers, and we're sitting at 251. So do the math. I need a whole lot. Oh, here's how to get Skyrim UI. So my two Skyrim videos, 52,000 minutes of watch time, 12,400 views of that one video, and I've made $9.85 since I released that November 28th, 2016, very early in my YouTube channel. So anyway, it's 13% of my overall revenue. So yeah, again, just so you don't think I'm making a fortune, here's the last year. I've made $76.10. The most I ever made was right in here. What is that? $5.41. That was my biggest day by far. Most of my days are a quarter or less, maybe even only pennies. So again, not doing it for the money, but just so you know, I'm not joking about not doing this for the money. There you go. 702 likes, 52 dislikes, 356 comments. One of the things I have liked talking to a lot of the guys that comment regularly, Don Emery, Tom T, Tottenham Tom, are a couple of the guys. Sephiroth that was commenting regularly for a very short time, and then he's dropped off. I don't know if he quit watching or just got busy or whatever. But Sephiroth, if you're out there, hey, I do remember you. So I do like making taking the time to talk with you guys and develop a relationship, and getting to know each other a little bit. But and we're up 188 subscribers in the last year. So again, the last year's 12 months. I've only had the channel for around 14 months that I've been active. So I think 16 months since I actually started it. But it was around November of 2016 that I got active on it and started posting stuff. So, most of our 251 has come in the last year, which would stand to reason. And I've had a pretty substantial jump lately in the last few months. So, the longer you go, the more you get your name out there. And for me, mine's totally grassroots. I know there's things you can do to get your name out there, and but I trust you guys to share and comment and do the likes, and and it'll come when it happens, and if it doesn't, whatever. But anyway, enough of the analytics. I just kind of wanted you to see the last 30 days. I wanted you to see the last year. It is growing. It is going in a positive direction. And, that's all I care about, that I'm adding some people. I would like to get the average view duration up. Not sure how to do that, but, it'll happen. But if you have any suggestions on things I can do better, and one of the examples, I did, for Christmas, I got the new Blue Yeti microphone. So the sound quality, I think, of the audio has gotten better. Also, the video quality has gotten better because now you can actually watch my stuff in the 720 and 1080p high def. When I first started recording, for the longest time, I was recording it and I thought I was recording it in high def. But when I uploaded it to YouTube, because of, I was just recording it and then uploading directly, found out that was not the case. You were only able to watch it in like 360p or something. And so finally somebody said, hey, your video quality is kind of below average. I like to watch it in high def. And I said, well, I thought it was high def. What do you mean? And so I started doing some research. And so, I found the Black Magic. In fact, I'm rendering my next leads video, just finished. So I found the DaVinci Resolve from Black Magic, and now I render my videos, and those do come out in high def, 1920 by 1080. So I learned about that, but I never would have even looked for it had one of you guys not made a comment about it. And it wasn't negative. It was just like, hey, your video quality, how come I can't watch it in high def? And I went, I don't know. So I started doing some research and found that. So, so the video quality's gone up, I hope. The audio quality, thanks to, my wife, said, hey, you're doing that a lot. You've released all these videos. You're up to 671 videos in the playlist now. Actually, it's more than that. That's just for the last year. But so she bought me the Blue Yeti for Christmas, so the audio's gone up. So, I'm making little changes that, that aren't going to break the bank. Again, if I'm not getting paid for this, I'm certainly not going to spend a ton of money. But the DaVinci Resolve program was free. The Blue Yeti she got on sale for, I think, $109. And I bought the boom stand and the pop filter for about $35 combined. So, not a ton of money, but, little upgrades that I think help the channel. So, that's for you guys and trying to make it a little bit better. But that's the analytics. Now, let me open up. This is how high tech I am. I do things on Excel spreadsheets. So this has basically been my month of January release. We've been doing 3 FM games, and then I've got 3 secondary games that I do. And if you take a look, the first number is the episode number, and the second number is the date of release in January. I deleted December because I don't care about that anymore. That's behind me. But so you can see I released a Journeyman on the 1st, Leeds on the 2nd, American Glory on the 2nd. And I've been kind of trying to just rotate through. And then I said, well, FM's kind of my primary game. So those are the ones, that I'm trying to rotate in regularly. And then I'm mixing in the other 3 as I can. But what I've decided, and these ones down here are ones that I've already recorded. So I am a couple of episodes ahead. 37 is the one I just finished rendering. So it hasn't even gone up on YouTube yet. And I may change that date. We'll see. But what I'm thinking now, I want to give you guys a more concise calendar so you know exactly when to expect stuff, because I think that'll help you guys out. And this is the last thing, and then we'll be done. So what I'm thinking is Leeds is my primary save, so that's going to come out on, I'm projecting Mondays and Wednesdays. The Journeyman is a secondary major save, so that's going to be Tuesday, Thursdays. So you'll get two of each of those a week. Fridays, I want to do the American Glory, and I want to cut that down to once a week. That'll draw the series out a little bit, but also because I have to sim an entire season before I can record an episode, or doing the highlight portions of that and then the wrap up portion, I end up having to record a whole season, and that takes a while. So to try to do that within a week or whatever, it's tough. Now I can get to, maybe do a couple of highlight games during the week and then wrap up simming during the, on a weekend, and, boom, then I'm done if I'm only doing one of those a week. So I think that's the route I'm going to go there. And then weekends will be reserved for these secondary games. And that way it allows you the weekend to catch up on your viewing here on the FM games, if that's what you're watching, and maybe mix in some of my secondary games. And my hope is, we looked at the average view time. What I'm wondering is if I'm just, because if you look at, again, if we go back here, I put up 671 videos in 365 days. So if you do the math, that's almost 2 videos a day, which is an hour to an hour and 10 minutes of viewing time per day. And, I know recently I've had a couple of guys say, hey, I just had a baby. Congratulations, by the way. Again, I know I put congrats in the comment to you, but things like that. Hey, I had to go out of town on my job. I mean, I've seen different stuff, and hey, I got the same problems, too much work, not enough free time. So if I can cut back on the number of videos to just one a day, and then only a couple a week if it's a particular series that you're following, then hopefully that gives you a time frame that you know when to look for it. And, if you're watching the FMs and you can't watch them during the week, then, maybe you can carve out that hour on the weekend and watch, both videos that came out that week and watch the whole thing, because again, you get paid by the minute. Of course, I won't be getting paid by the minute anymore come February 20th, but that's neither here nor there. I'd still like to know that if I'm recording a 27-minute video, that somebody's watching in the 27th minute. And speaking of the 27th minute, we're at 22 minutes now. So again, just to recap, look for leads on Mondays and Wednesdays, Journeyman on Tuesday, Thursdays, American Glory on Fridays, and then Planet Base and RimWorld. Those will be weekend releases. Game Dev Tycoon, I've done a solo playthrough trying to tweak it a little bit for staying as a very small company. I finished recording that. I just have 2 or 3 more episodes I need to render out and have those set up to release, and then I'll be done with that series. And then I'll probably just stick with Planet Base and RimWorld. And then that'll be one where we can mix in. Maybe I'll, when I finish a RimWorld, maybe I'll go in and do an Oxygen Not Included or something along those lines. So, guys, thanks for checking this out. Please don't forget to, take a look at the different series that I've got up. Leave likes on the videos. Those help people find them. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. If you really like one of the videos, share it with some of your friends. Let them know about my channel. And hey, I appreciate the continued support. New subscribers and old subscribers alike. I'm just, humbled beyond all imagination that, 251 of you have taken the time to subscribe, because, well, I take that back. 250 of you have taken the time to subscribe because my son was my first subscriber, and he said, hey, you got to get one before nobody wants to be the first. So he subscribed to me first and kick-started it. And I don't think he's unsubscribed, so maybe he's still on there. But guys, thank you so much. And I look forward to a great 2018. Everything that we've talked about in the videos with my family, my son, my wife, everything else, all behind me right now, knock on wood. So hopefully 2018 from a family and health perspective is a much better year, and looking forward to it. And I hope you come along on the ride with me. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.